all. This was chapter 1. What happens in chapter 2? Let's find out. Chapter 2. Caleb Plummer and his blind daughter lived all alone by themselves, as the books say. My blessing is yours to back it, I hope, on the story books. Was seen in this nocturnal world. Caleb Plummer and his blind daughter lived all alone by themselves. A little cracked and not shell of a wooden house, which was, in truth, no better than a pimple and a pounded red brick nose of Guffin Tegaton. The premises of Guffin Tegaton was the great feature of the street. You might have knocked down old Plummer's well-doing with a hammer or two, and carried off the pieces in a cart. If anyone had done it, that gentle devalued house a Caleb Plummer honored to miss it at such an no, and would have been, no doubt, to commend his illusion as a vast improvement. They stuck to the premises as Wolf and Tegaton, by barnacle to a ship's keel, was nailed to a door. A little bunch of stools to the stem of the tree. But it was the gym from which the full truck of Wolf and Tegaton had sprung. And under his crazy roof, the guff before last had small way made toys of a nation of old boys and girls. I played with them, found them out, and broke them and gone to sleep. I said that Caleb and his blind daughter lived here. I should have said that Caleb lived here. His poor blind daughter somewhere else, in Enchanted Home, a Gael's furnishing, with vanity and shabbiness were not. The job will never enter. Caleb was no sorcerer, but in the only magic art that illuminates us, the match of devoted, selfless love. Nature had been the mistress of his study, and from her teaching all the wonder came. The blind girl never knew that things were discolored, all splotched, and bears of plaster here and there. I let it cease, unstopped, mine every day. Beings multiplying and tending downward. The blind girl never knew that pain was resting, rotting, paper peeling off the size and shape, a due proportion of the dwelling withering away. The blind girl never knew that ugly shapes of within were on the board, but sorrow and faint-heartedness known as, and that Caleb's scantly hairs were turning grayer and more gray. And for her sightless face, the blind girl never knew they had a master, cold, exacting, uninterested. Never knew that Tegaton was Tegaton, in short, I lived in the belief in an abstracted armament. I loved to have his chest with them. I knew while he was the guardian angel of their lives, disdained to hear one word of thankfulness. And all was Caleb's doing. All the doing of his simple father. And but he too had a kick on himself. I suddenly said they chose music when the motherless blind child was very young. That spirit inspired them. I thought of leaving her improvisation. They'll be changed into a blessing. And they're getting made happy by these little means. But all the cricket tribe had linked spirits. Even though the people who converse with them do not know it, but it is frequently the case. We are not in the unseen world. What does mean? One gentle and true. That may fall lightly light on and are most so certain to give a gentlest counsel as the voices in voices written so the face sign of just himself to humankind. Caleb and his lawyer were work together in his usual workroom. We served them for the ordinary living room as well. And a strange place it was. There are houses in it, finished and unfinished, for adults of all stations in life. Separate tenements for dolls. Modern it means kitchens and single apartments for dolls. The lower classes, capital town residents, are those of high state. Some of these establishments are already furnished, one estimate, with a view of the convenience of those of limited income. Others would be fitted on the most expensive scale. Moments noticed on wholesales of tables, chairs and tables, sofas, beds, sets, upholstery, and nobody guaranteeing in general, public in general for those. Combination. These tenements are designed like here and there in baskets hanging straight up the ceiling. I didn't see nothing degrees in this society and confining them and there's effective stations. This experience shows I'm really difficult in real life. Makers of these dolls are improved upon nature, but was often forward and preserved. For they not resting on touch and variety marks as seen cotton and print and bits of rag. And so I did. Striking personal differences was loud and no mistake. Thus the tall lady of description had wax limbs of perfect symmetry, but only she encountered Pierce. Next grade in the social scale, we made a lever, and the next, of course, linen stuff. As to the common people, they get just many matches and tinder boxes for their arms and legs, and there they were, established in the hemisphere at once, beyond the possibility of getting out of it. There were various little samples of his handicraft, size dolls, gathered up on his room. There were Noah's arks, as the birds and beasts, with an uncommon tight fit. I show you, though they could be clamped in, anyhow, the roof, out and shaken into a small compass. It's a viable, tentacle license. Most of these Noah's arks and knuckers indoors. Consistent averages, past of the suggestive loin colors and upholstery, yet a pleasant finish went outside the building. There was quite a melancholy milk carts. Yes, when the wheels went around, the horn was doleful music. Many small villagers, drums, other mistress and torture. No end. Cannon, shield, swords, spears, and guns. There are little tumblers and red breeches and tsunami swarming up high obstacles and red tape coming down. Then first on the other side, then the nimble, old gentleman and respectful, not to say noble appearance, was only flying over frontal banks. He's ready for the purpose. Their own street doors. There were beasts of all sorts, horses in particular, ivory, on spotted barrel, on 4 pegs, on a small tippet, for me, and a little bed rocker, on silent mental. As it would have been hard to count the dozens upon dozens. Well, Miss Creek makers that were ever ready to come in all sorts of these. And turning on the handle, so it would be no easy test. Convention and omit makes a weakness. And then nothing had not its type. Me and a remote in Caleb Pullum's room. And not an agitated form of high little handles will move men and women to a same performances if any toy was ever made to undertake. And in this of all these objects, Caleb and his sword sat at work, a blind girl busy as a doll dressmaker. Painting and glazing the apparent front of desirable family mansion. A care imprinted in the lights, Caleb's face and his dreamy mentor, which would have sat well on some archimedes a third student, or at first sight, not a contrast to his application and try to the cheese about him. But the tribal things invented pursuit a bread, I think, so you smell the fat. And apart from this consideration, I am not all prepared to say myself that Caleb had been a Lord Chamberlain, a member of Parliament, a lawyer, and even a great spectre. But then, Helen Tales, one of them less whimsical. Well, I have a very good doubt it would have been less harmless. So you were out in the rain last night, Father, in your beautiful new green coat. And get us all. In my beautiful new green coat. Answered Caleb, glancing towards the clothes line in the room, on which that cloth garment, easily described, was carefully hung up to dry. How glad I am you bought it, Father. And such a tailor too, said Caleb. Quite a fashionable tailor. It's still good for me. The blind girl was different from work and laughed with delight. Too good, Father. Why can't be too good for you? I'm half ashamed to live though, said Caleb, watching the effect of what he said upon her brightening face. Upon my word, when I hear the voice and people say behind me, Aloha, here's a swell, I don't know which way to look. And when the beggar wouldn't go away last night, and when I said I was a very common man, said no, your honor, bless your honor, don't say that, I was quite strange. I felt, and I haven't a right to wear it. Happy blind girl, how merry she was in her exultation. I see your father, she said, clasping her hands, plainly as I had the eyes. I never once when you were with me, a blue coat. Light blue, said Caleb. Yes, yes, light blue, explained the girl, turning up her radiant face. The color I can dashing around the blessed sky. You told me it was blue before, a bright blue coat. My new certificate, suggested Caleb. My new certificate, cried the blind girl, laughing heartily. And you, dear father, and with your merry eye, your smiling face, your face set, your dark hair, looking so young and handsome. Aloha, aloha, said Caleb. I shall begin presently. I think you are already, the blind girl, went on their glee. I know your father. Ha 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 ha. I found you out, you see. How indifferent the picture in her mind. from Caleb as he started serving her. She had spoken of Space Step. She was right there for years and years and never once crossed the threshold at its own slow pace, but with a footfall counterfeit for years. I never had he, when his heart was heaviest, forgotten the night dread, that surrender he is so cheerful and contagious. Heaven knows, but I think Kayla's fate of bewilderment a matter may have originated in having him confused himself about himself and everything around him. For the love of his blind daughter, how could the little man be always then bewildered at the only rain for so many years to destroy its own identity and that of all objects that had any bearing on it? Here we go, said Caleb, falling back a pace or two to form an adjustment of his work. As he and the real thing was sixpence blows of an halfpence to sixpence. What a pity the whole form of the house opens at once. If it was only a staircase and now, a mega door should been to go in that. But that's the rest of my calling. I'm always deluding myself and swindling myself. You're speaking quite softly. You're not tired, father? Tired? Echoed Caleb. Right, nation. What should tire me, Bertha? I was never tired. What does it mean? To give greater force to his words, he tucked himself into a Valentine imitation of a too half-awake, stretching and yawning figure's mental shell, which was represented as one internal state of readiness from waist upward. A number of very in the song. The back 1910 song. Something about a sparkling bolt. He sang in with it amusement of a devil-may-care voice, which made says 1,000 times more meager and more thoughtful than ever. What, you seen, are you? Said Ted Dunn, and he said in at the door. Go it, I can't sing. No one would have expected him of it. He hadn't, but it was gently turned to singing face by any means. I can't afford to sing, said Tickerton. I'm glad you can. I hope you can afford to work too. Any time for both, I should think. If you could only see him, Bertha. I was winking at me, whispered Caleb. Was a man a joke, you think? We didn't know him. He was in earnest, wouldn't you now? The blind girl smiled and nodded. The bird that could sing and won't sing must be made to sing, they say. Both Agatha. Sorry about that. Come on, take a turn. What about that owl that can't sing what to sing? Let's sing. Pretending that he should be made to do. They said to it. He is winking at the moment. This moment, whispered Caleb to his daughter. Oh my gracious. Oh, you're there, aren't you? Answered Tickleton. What idiot. I really did believe she was an idiot, and he found him to believe. I cannot say whether consciously or not upon her being fond of him. Well, I mean that. How do you take a ton this company away? Oh, quite well, quite well. I'm as happy as ever you can wish me to be. As happy you would make the whole world if you could. What idiot!